Wait a minute, is that those folks? Yeah, I think that's those folks. Yeah. I don't know, I think we got the livest intro music out there. I mean, you got to love that. You got to love that. Welcome everybody to the GameFi podcast, where we talk everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and film. On this episode, we are going to get into a lot of national days today, and as we go through our different segments, so I always want to give the people knowledge and information. And I'm your host, Coach E, aka Crane Violet, aka Minister E, aka DJ Scratch and Sniff, aka MC such and such. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing out there? It's good to see you all on this day. A little bit different taping today. Usually we tape on Sundays, but we know we have these holidays coming up, and so we moved it up to taping on today on Wednesday, November 17th, 2021. I was gonna say 2021. I'm used to saying that all the time, but it's a cool day that we actually moved it up to, so that makes it cool for me. But I'm gonna get into that a little bit later, and everything. Hope you all are there doing very well. Season 2 has been going very well. We've had a lot of awesome guests coming through, dropping a lot of good knowledge, making a lot of good network connections, and a lot of good stuff on the horizon. So we're going to get into the gaming segment. We're not going to hold it up. We're just going to jump right into it. Play your games, play your game. Man, I could probably win a game with this music right here, man. I just be bopping. GameFi podcast here, everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and film. We are entering into the gaming segment. You see I got my mug, my PlayStation mug. Check out the handle. Yeah, this was a gift from our sponsors, Five Below. We had some stuff, so shouts out to Five Below and the PlayStation mug. And this segment, I think I'm riding all the music all the way out. I'm letting it in all the way through, because usually I stop it before it ends, but I'm gonna ride these out today. This is the best part of this GameFi podcast. Your boy, Coach E. We're gonna get into it right about now. I don't think they're ready. All right, so in the gaming segment, we're just going to talk about a few things. So we have the holidays coming up. In last episode, we talked about the names of the holidays, and we're wanting to make sure that we're celebrating the real things, what's real to us, and not what has been told to us to celebrate. So this holiday is coming up that has been called Thanksgiving, and celebrating the pilgrims and all of that stuff, but they didn't discover anything. They didn't settle. Well, they did settle, but, they received a lot of help from indigenous people here on the Americas. And so what we really like to celebrate is unity amongst your family and your community, to come together in a time to give to others and be thankful of what you have and what you've been able to do, and to give back to others who are less fortunate than yourself. So that's what we're going to make sure that we're really celebrating over this next holiday. But, usually what comes with this holiday season is you have this thing called Black Friday, and Black Friday is usually where everything's going to sell for Christmas and all of these different things. And we actually have a sale coming up. We're actually going to be opening up our 2022 spring cohort for game design, comic book creation, and for our pro gamer pathway. And this is on in Level Up Academy, a part of Pharaoh's Conclave, where we prepare youth for careers in the esports and video gaming industry. So we're going to have that game design cohort open up. We have a lot of students. We've done workshops and things in the past, so they're really excited. We have parents that are excited, and we're going to roll that right over into our summer program. But the game design process, game design is computer science. So programming an app, creating a computer program to do different things. A game is a computer program, a video game. But even if you create a board game or a card game, those same elements of creation are the same steps that it would take to create a program. So that's what we do. That's what's coming up. PCXnow.com. Again, PCXNOW now, like it's right now. PCXnow.com. Go into programs and hit Camp Level Up, and you will see our offerings that we have there for you. So make sure you check that out. In game design, work with those students in Tennessee. We have a educational game that we're creating that is going to be the premise of which is to teach about our government system and also teach about local government systems and the history of politics in a particular state. These young people are out of Tennessee. They're called the Preppies. They're a group of young men and women that are part of the Jack and Jill organization, and they are called the Preppies, and they're going to be working on that. So I'm really excited about what we're going to be doing there. They're based pretty much in Nashville, Tennessee. So it's going to be cool. So they're going to talk about national government, but they're also going to talk about state and local government when it comes to Tennessee and making sure they're educating their community on how to participate in their government. And so, as I do my after school programs and I talk to students and we do a lot of games that we play, we talk about the importance of games. Games are very important. Games teach things. Of course, teamwork, sportsmanship, when you look at games, but also games can literally teach things. Simulators, flight simulators. When you play sport games, you get a chance to see a lot of combinations, and you can start to recognize things on the field, and you can translate that to the physical game. When you're looking at it, you put yourself in a lot of different situations that you would have to be out on the field and practice for like hours with people. So when you do it on a game, it costs less. You can do it out of your home in an environment where you're not, taxing yourself physically or injuring or risking injury, but you're getting a chance to see a lot. And so it helps your learning curve when it comes to that. And we apply the same thing to the classroom. There are a lot of good games that play to help to increase fluency, increase speed when it comes to problem solving and critical thinking. When you attack a math problem, or if you're looking at, doing a project, if you're doing science or all kind of things, you may not have lab equipment, but you can play a lab game that allows you to do those experiments in a safe environment. And if you make a mistake, you can make a mistake on the game, it's safe. Make a mistake out in the real world, it's more risky. So that's the cool parts about gaming. That's the side of the gaming that not a lot of people think about. They always think about the entertainment side of gaming, but you also have to make sure that you know and understand what's happening on the other side. So that's going to be it for today when it comes to the gaming segment. So let's go ahead and transition on into our art segment. Yeah. GameFi podcast, everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and film. I'm your host, Coach E, and we're going into the art segment. We getting ready. I like to say it's the arts and anime segment. This is like our anime track here. Man, I love this track. One of the cool things that art does, it helps you to think of images. What images are y'all thinking about right now as y'all hearing this music? I see a samurai running through the woods with the tall grass, getting ready to go into battle. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into battle a little bit. in this during this art segment. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, this episode we riding out all the music, and I'm loving it. Welcome again to the GameFi podcast, where we talk everything gaming, arts, music, and esports. And we've now transitioned into the art segment. Excuse me. Now, arts and anime, something that is very near and dear to my heart. I wasn't the best artist, but the ideas I had, my father was the artist, and so I would tell him the ideas and he'd be able to go and put it on paper. My son is that person now. He is a great artist. I met another great artist at Miller Grove High School. So shouts out to Jamel and Mr. Cloud's class at Miller Grove High School. He's an amazing artist. He is a senior at Miller Grove, and I'm going to talk to him. I think I'm going to offer him an internship to do some graphic design for us at Pharaoh's Conclave. He is awesome. I watched him put together a amazing scene on his he had I don't know if it was a Surface Pad or whatever, but he was creating something that I was like, what? And then I saw how he reimagined the logo of the school, and now they're going to redo the school logo based on what he did. And that's the contributions that a lot of our young people, that I like to see them be have the opportunity to do. So they create some things and it gets put out there so they can see what they've done and the contributions that they've given to their school, their community, and the world. And so when they see that, that just inspires them to do more. So now he has opportunity to work with us, and I'm just gonna give him carte blanche. Say, hey, this is the project. This is what we're looking for. Show me what you got. And so that's real cool to be able to do. Arts and anime. So let's just we're gonna artistically talk about national days. You know, that's very creative, that people are able to say this is this day, or today is national this day or that day. So we're going to get into that. So I'm gonna need a little bit of help from my producer, Kimberly Ware, Kim, the caster of Atlanta Gamer Life. Let's go ahead and we're going to talk about these first, what this national day is. Awesome. Oh, our guest is coming up. Awesome. So you want to give them to me? You want to run them down for me, Kimiko? You gonna try? Oh, you know what, JB? Like, I never asked you, what's your favorite anime?
I'm not big on anime, but I guess it's the Boondocks considered.
Boondocks, yeah.
Definitely Boondocks.
Yeah.
I was Dragon Ball Z a little bit.
Boondocks and Dragon Ball, solid pulls. Hey, my boy Huey. I'm telling you, Huey is man, and he was based on the Black Panther, Huey P. Newton. He was based on him, and so that's some cool history, art, imitation of life. They dealt with in a comedic way, and that's what anime tends to do. It kind of disarms you a little bit, but it allows you to talk about some things that you don't regularly talk about, and what we like to call satire. So they'll put it in a way for you to think about it and say, so if you look back at the Boondocks and look back at the different episodes of the Boondocks, they dealt with a lot of different things that you know, if you take a second and think about. And some of it was foreshadowing too. Black Simpsons. It was like a Black Simpsons. But I like it more than the Simpsons though. You know, I don't know, you know, maybe because, you know, they look like me. So, but I did connect a lot with what was going on. I love the brother dynamic, how between the older and the younger brother, and I love the fact they were with the grandpa, and you know, just the people in the community, and just all the kind of wild and crazy things that happen. But I mean, you know, again, it's anime, so you can get real far fetched. One of my favorite episodes was the kickball episode, though. They were playing kickball, and it was like, right. It was it was like this. It was a rivalry they were doing, and but when they were playing it, it was a fight scene. So I mean, they were really rolling the ball, throwing the ball crazy. it looked good. I enjoyed the way they set it up and the way they found it. They had them breathing hard and everything. Come on up, my brother. Yeah, you come on in. Good to see you. Good to see you. And that was one of my favorite episodes. So this is the art segment that we're getting in here. So jump on in here. Come on. I heard you were an artiste. So we're going to have you introduce yourself and let you jump right on into this conversation.
Thank you.
All right. So go ahead. That's your headphones there. So I want you to be able to hear the music when we make our transition. So when you get ready, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody. That's your main camera right there.
William Floyd, a.k.a. King Pop Design, visual artist, creator, founder, philanthropist.
Okay. Oh, you giving back too. We was talking about that earlier. This holiday season, the giving season. Okay.
Definitely.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like that last name. My father's mother, so my grandmama's maiden name is Floyd, so that's his middle name, Floyd. And your first name one more time?
It's Will.
Will Floyd.
Yeah.
William Floyd. Is it William or Will?
William.
But you go by just Will?
Yeah.
Okay,
Will.
I got you. King of Pop?
King Pop.
King Pop.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only one king of pop, and that's MJ. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they say. Nah, MJ, King of Pop, you're asking, but you King Pop. So just let them know that's what's going on. So the conversation we were having was about anime. So what's your favorite anime?
Man. Sheesh.
Do you gotta get? Do we need to make it a top list? Do we need like a list of 3 or 4, 5?
Honestly, man, I don't really have a favorite. That's just to be honest.
So if we go to the house and we turn on TV, what show would pop up more than likely?
I'm probably more of a book dude than I am.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, anime.
So
person.
going back to the comic books,
Yeah.
as opposed to the anime.
Definitely.
Okay,
OG.
hey, ain't nothing wrong with comic books. I'm telling you that right now. We have a comic book creation class, and we do video game design as well. And we always talk about when you're going through the process, you're doing storyboarding, you've created a comic book at that point. Mm-hmm. So you actually can take it from there. And then I always throw that in because when we talk about game design, they think it's coding and they think it's techie and all this extra stuff you got to do. But I'm like, there's so many careers and so many parts of the game design team. If that's what you like, the storyboarding part, then go ahead and create a comic book. Go down that road. Develop, first of all, character development, story development, and world development are very, that's like a lost art when it comes to video games. And reason why video games lost some popularity, well, they were just throwing out a bunch of trash. They weren't really developing them.
Right.
And so they had to get back there. So,
right.
Well, what's your favorite comic book series then?
Man.
I'm throwing them tough ones out there.
Tough ones, man. Because, it's like I feel like there really isn't a right answer. You know what I mean? There's a right answer for me.
Well, in your opinion, so I'll preface that. In your opinion, what's your go-to comic?
Man, I think I'm more of I guess Spider-Man dude.
Okay, I like DC, Spider-Man. That was cool.
Yeah,
that was cool. I enjoyed that growing up too. Are you familiar with the Black Sands comic book series that's going out there now?
I'm not.
Okay, I want you to check that out. Black Sands.
You gotta put me up on.
I'm gonna put you up on that. He did a comic book series and now he's getting into animation as well. Mm-hmm. And I think they're adapting a series going on, but it's a black comic creator. Godoy is his last name. I'm good with last names, never good with first names, but Godoy, that's who's doing that, and he's doing a real good job. He's doing a lot of good crowdsourcing to help fund what he's doing, talking about funding and philanthropy. So what is it about art that drives you? What is it that you like when you sit down and you're creating? What is it that is really driving you?
I think it's definitely more the communication aspect of art. I feel like it breaks barriers that a lot of other things can't. We was talking about that earlier when we was talking about Boondocks and being able to have those concepts, the satire for difficult concepts to be brought across. Art does that. Definitely. You can talk about things in a way through art that you can't necessarily do, verbally sometimes. Definitely. And I feel like, and I think, circling back to just the video game aspect of the art and communication, I feel like in today's world, when when it comes to communicating through art and through, gaming, it's just like, I feel like a lot of kids nowadays, like they, use that as a form of expression. And it's like one of those things where I'm older, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't grow up where I could, play a video game with my friend that lives in another state, or another country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like now there's that aspect of communication that didn't exist before. And, I feel like all of that was created through, art and it's what would we do without communication?
I mean, if you can't effectively communicate, then you really aren't getting anywhere. You can't go anywhere with that. And what do you done? So you have a company now, and you do this as your full time, as your work.
Definitely.
So what kind of art are you creating on like, let's say, the business side of things? What are you doing there?
So on the business side of things, Pot Basil is like at the forefront. It's more of a, I guess, organization that's developing resources and opportunities for emerging artists and creatives and, people who actually enjoy the education side of art. So like that's kind of like, what I'm developing and creating at the time.
Okay, I like that. We definitely. Well, I'm gonna let you know, shameless plug for our comic book creation pathway. Definitely going to be reaching out to you, so you can talk with the students and share some of your knowledge and then give you some opportunities there. Because there's a lot of young folks that we work with that are artists. Matter of fact, I ran across a young man. His name is Jamel, and he's a senior in high school right now, and he is an amazing artist. And so we're going to have him working with us doing a lot of our graphic arts and things like that. So logo creation.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've worked with Rash Snacks.
Rash Snacks.
So,
yeah.
Excuse me, I said Rash Snacks.
Yeah.
Well, because it's two. Do you know Rash Snacks?
Oh, Rebel. I thought you was jumping into Rebel art.
No, but then no. But we're gonna get. I like the way you're going with that.
Yeah.
So, Rap Snacks. So I've eaten the chips. I have.
Yeah.
So how are you involved with that?
I guess I'm the lead designer. I help like create like the initial like templates and the logo work and the color patterns and blockings and
how did you even get into that?
I went to school with the marketing director, and she showed the founder my work, and he ended up reaching out to me and asking me if I was
See, it's not
interested.
always, well, you need to know stuff. So what you know is important, but who you never know when you're in school. And what school did you go to?
The Art Institute of Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right here in the A. So are you from Atlanta?
I'm originally from North Carolina.
Okay, what part?
Goldsboro.
How close is that? They said North Carolina. How close is that, like Elizabeth City or Greensboro?
It's not far. Greensboro, I think it's like 3 hours. We're more like Eastern Carolina, so near like Greenville, Fayetteville,
Gotcha. Raleigh, Durham. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm in the area now.
Yeah,
I'm in the area. A friend of mine used to run a conference called I was gonna say it's BlurredCon, but that is not it. Oh my goodness, what is the name of her? And I said it the other day. It's gonna pop in my head, but it was a. I had so much fun there. We brought games to it, but again, that community, it was pretty cool out there. We were in Durham when she did it. Black, oh my goodness, black girl. She's a black woman, and then it's like my wife is gonna get me. She gonna get me for forgetting the name of it, but she did that up there. We're trying to make sure that she comes down here and do the stuff, but what kind of, do you go to conferences like that? Do you attend conferences? Like I know here in Atlanta we have OnXCon and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So do you?
Yeah, it's funny, man, because I would say I am jumping into my further self-development at this time of my life. You know
all right.
You know how everybody's into self-development right now. I've always been like a historian, educator, type of person. But I feel like now it's like conferences and cons and, you know, things of that nature are just like more relevant, and people feel more comfortable with even saying like, yes, this is something that I'm doing now. You know
I like how they make it more mainstream.
Right.
I appreciate it because we ain't had it.
Right.
We ain't had
we
it.
didn't. Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So now we get to live our dreams.
Definitely. I enjoy I mean, educating and seeking any kind of information, any kind of knowledge. And then, I mean, you know, I feel like the dope thing about being able to go to these conferences, you're tapping in with some of the leaders of that particular area that, you know, they're influencing and educating people on. So that's a beautiful thing. And then you can kind of like, nowadays you can do your research on the people before you get there, instead of just, you know, like back in the day, you would go and hope that you gain some knowledge that is, you know, in the area.
You can direct yourself. You can say, okay, now I can go over this way, I can go that way, and I can kind of learn about this particular person. What so let's you started talking about NFTs, started talking about wearable art. Let's get into that a little bit.
Yeah.
So what are you doing on that front?
Man, 2022 is the year for me of NFTs. I'm just like doing my research, doing my, you know, paying attention to what's going on out there. It's funny because I had just saw, before I walked in, I saw that Master P is doing some NFTs. And then Rap Snacks has this Boss Up, you know, app that they're, you know, developing and introducing the youth to NFTs and just the cryptocurrency, blockchain, you know, that whole arena, you know, just you know, just really like tapping in with that. And it's like, dang, like, you know, it's so much information that's just being poured and shared at one time. And for me, you know, I'm one of those type of people who likes to basically, like, you know, look at the market, look at what everybody else is doing before I just jump in. Because, you know, it's like right now everybody's just flooding. There's so much of it or whatever. And I feel like, you know, by watching and observing, instead of like, I mean, you know, some people are just like the type of people that just jump in. You know what I mean? Like, all right, this is my space. You know what I mean?
But you don't know. You got to look before you leap. You don't know what you're jumping into. You know, you got to be cautious.
Facts.
You got to be cautious. So before we continue, what can you explain to everybody? What is an NFT?
NFTs, I you know, in my, you know, from my perspective, NFTs are what is it? Non-fungible token, right? You know what I mean? So it's basically, you know, it can be anything. Any NFT could be anything. It could be literally like you taking a picture of this laptop or whatever, and like, you know, only having that one picture, you know what I mean, of this particular laptop taken on this particular day. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's so many different ways. But I think the space, you know, that I'm looking to, you know, jump into with the NFT space is more so, like, obviously, like, I'm an artist, so, and I do a lot of digital art. And I do fine art as well, but I'm looking more so to, you know, mint my digital art. And basically, you know, from being able to do digital art, and it's crazy that nowadays, like, everybody is like into digital art, but I was doing digital art at a time where people like frowned upon it and was like looking at it like, you know, even though I did, you know what I'm saying, fine art as well, but it's just like, you know, everybody was just like, you know, just the whole process of digital art, they kind of like looked at it, and now it's like
it's
everybody,
you are already there. It's
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah.
You know, people. I mean, it's the same thing with video games. You know, it was really frowned upon for a while, which I don't know why, because it was a multi-billion-dollar industry. But I think nobody really knew what to do to get into it. If you just kind of fell off into video games, the corporate or the industry side of things more so, but now it's more mainstream and people are starting to pick out and figure out what they can actually do on that side of things. Man, that's cool that you're getting into that. Let me ask you a quick question. I'm peeping the hat, the watch, and the hood and the pants. Is your favorite color gray?
Oh man!
Or you just just comfortable today?
Today, I guess today I felt neutral.
Oh, okay.
Today I felt neutral, and The hat it's a design by me.
Okay.
Flowers is a collection that I just released this year.
Nice.
This year made 10 years for my clothing brand. So flowers was, my way of just showing gratitude for being,
The layers.
able to make it 10 years.
The layers. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Definitely. And so art, going from, like you said, the fine art side, doing the digital art side, but now you've started your own clothing line with the art that you're creating. I know that's getting a lot of people are going into that. A lot of people are wanting to, get t-shirt companies and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how are you liking that? Where it was to where it is now?
You know what? It's interesting because when I started the clothing journey, I actually started off in fashion and interior merchandising before I jumped over to graphic design.
Okay.
But I played college basketball, and basketball led me to graphic design, which it did by accident because they didn't have fashion at the school that I was in.
Okay.
So fashion has always been I feel like I always had just as equal of space in my heart as far as just my love and passion for it. But I feel like today people are more aware of why and how they should create through fashion, using mediums such as art and just being able to leverage not only being an artist, but actually expressing themselves through what they wear. So I think, I think it's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. It is beautiful. And I'm definitely going to invite you out to speak with that class. I have another class to talk to. I think he has 3 or 4 classes, so I'm definitely going to invite you out there to talk with them. And I want you to meet that young man I was talking about, so he can because I think he hasn't quite realized right now. And I was talking with his with Coach Cloud that he hasn't realized what he can do with what he knows how to do.
Man.
The possibilities, I mean, it's endless. And so everything you're talking about, just him hearing and meeting you and listening to you, I know he's going to be very excited to where he's going. Because like I said, he's a senior in high school. And so, what's next for him? That's going to be an amazing thing to come up on that one. Well, I don't know. So, man, we got a for real artiste in the house dropping the knowledge. I hope y'all hearing and picking up because I'm seeing it's wide open. Possibilities are endless in what you can do with your art right now. I introduced my son to Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Baptiste. I went to college with a boy named Baptiste, but Basquiat. So we introduced him to that, and I know there was some big controversy about one of his pieces in a Tiffany's commercial, and everything. How do you feel about that?
It's so funny, man, because art has so many different meanings for so many different people, and I feel like the average person doesn't necessarily understand the relationship to association when it comes to art and the consumer or whatever. I feel like for me as I don't know, I always look at my perspective is always coming from the consumer's perspective. I always try to look at it from the consumer's perspective or just the viewer's perspective.
Right.
And I feel like, it's one of those things where, we dig deep into the association based on classism, whenever it pertains to certain individuals. But, that same piece, obviously it wasn't quote unquote, public, or it wasn't, you can't see it if you're not in a certain class or whatever. But I feel like through the association that the Carters, had with the piece or whatever, it showed their class, it showed, the people that they socialize with, but it also leveraged their, influence, and it enabled people who were not able to see the piece to see the piece. So it's like people are clowning. People are trying to be critical of them for that. But it's you were able to see the piece because of them.
And the people, and the majority of the people, I'm gonna say the majority of people, but I think a good number of the people who are upset about it will want to hoard that type of art.
Exactly.
And you don't get a chance to see it. So are they really mad that, what are they really mad about? The fact that now everybody can see it and it's not just your exclusive club anymore?
That's what,
and
in my opinion, it was a flip, because I feel like they try to like get people, like the masses, to like look at them in a way where like, why are you, associating this with this diamond that's quote unquote this blood diamond or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah, it's interesting.
It's own, man.
But there's a lot of art. Well, I think it also had to deal with the complexion of the people who were in the commercial.
Oh, without a doubt.
If it was somebody else, we wouldn't have heard. We probably wouldn't have heard anything about it. And then I just think about where New York, where he did most of his work, where that building was in that art district. Can't nobody go in that art district no more.
Right.
You can't live there. And this is when, and they was there getting it however they could live at the time. And now his art is so that I got a coffee table book when we introduced my son to it, because he's an amazing artist. Mm-hmm. He gets it from my father. That straight skipped me. I can see it, but I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? That straight skipped me. But we wanted him to be able to be exposed to that and then to see. And then we had him do research on Jean-Michel and understand some. So we watched some documentaries that recently came out because we really wanted him to understand the history behind a lot of stuff that he's doing and where some of that stuff came from and what's the possibilities now that you ain't got to wait for. You can do that now. And that's one of the beauties of the internet and stuff now. And with these NFTs and all that stuff, everybody can do it.
Everybody.
It ain't just one set of people that can do it and put it out there. Everybody can create this. And so the more we teach people how to do it, how to put it out there, they'll be able to do it. I love art. The Zuccotti Gallery, that's right down the street. That's one of my homeboys. He went to Tuskegee with me. He and his father started that spot right there. I'm a member of the Gathering spot. They have a lot of art pieces in there because not a lot of people in our community are art connoisseurs necessarily. And that's something I want them to do. You don't have to have some old stuffed shirt type art. You get what speaks to you and just put it out there and just let that side, because it's creative. It opens up your mind to other possibilities and other things you can possibly do on that. So I'm gonna transition on over to the music session. I think we got that art set. That's been probably the most comprehensive art segment we've done on this show. So we're gonna go ahead and switch that on over. Here we go. Another type of art, different medium, different way of communicating. Yeah. All right, welcome to the GameFi podcast. We're continuing on with. I don't want you. You can stay. You here for the whole time. You gotta go. Oh, you gotta get out of here. Well, we're gonna continue on, and I'm gonna let you tell everybody where they can find you real quick before you leave. But thank you to Will Floyd in the house doing it. We moving over to the music segment, and it just make you think. Now, okay, quick question, and then I'm gonna let you go. So as you are doing your art, and I'm gonna keep this in the background because I want to hopefully inspire somebody out there. When you're doing your art, are you listening to music?
Oh man, definitely. The vibe gotta be all the way on point.
Yeah.
It's funny too, cause like I associate like my creations to errors. You know what I'm saying? So in the beginning, like I used a lot of I guess browns and yellows and blues.
Okay.
I was initially creating or whatever, exploring those the template with those particular colors or whatever. And at the time I feel like heavily influenced by St. Mary's, which was the second school that I went to.
Okay.
But I feel like during that time period I was exposed to different bands and different instrumentation, and then I was still
real bands,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Associate the bands, and then associated to jazz.
Okay, and I can see that. And then with those colors that you're saying, I can see how they can play with each other. I like that. Okay, man. And so music is inspiring to those in whatever creative form. I don't know if I've ever really created anything in complete silence, or gotten any inspiration in complete silence. I probably got something hit to me, but usually I'm, like you said, I'm vibing on something. And I'm like, oh wait, and it comes, and then it jumps into me.
Definitely.
That, which reminds me, I didn't ask you our number one question, and then I promise you I'm gonna let you go.
You good.
When did you first fall in love with video games?
Man, when did I mean, man, honestly, I feel like, Nintendo was like my, first love or whatever. I think I had to have been like, man, what, 11, 12 maybe when Nintendo came out. And I feel like it was like one of those things where my mom got it for me for Christmas. It automatically had like a tie-in with family, with brotherhood, sisterhood. Like it tied us all in together. That was a time where I felt like we all like didn't think about anything else that was going on in the world, and just like
play.
Really tapped in and
played and have a good time. And you rotated and you laughed and you joked with everybody.
Yeah, beautiful thing.
Man, my best friend had Nintendo, I had Sega. So he would come on my house, we'd do everything Sega. I'd go over his house, we'd do everything Nintendo.
Yeah.
And so after we would go outside and play and do everything else, we had to come in when the street lights were on.
Yeah.
We'd be like, okay, it's time to get on the sticks. And then we would play, and then, we chill out in the room, or we read comic books, or we watch movies, listen to music. I mean, we was doing all of those different things. So yeah, that was real cool.
It's interesting that you said that it was a secondary thing though. You feel me? Like nowadays it's video games first. Then we might go outside if we get bored.
Well, that was true. That was a thing I think also, and we were trying to figure out where did that kind of come from, because our parents was like, y'all got to go outside.
We got to go out.
But they knew we had to come in eventually, and we had to have something to entertain us, or we'd be broke up the house.
Yeah. Right.
and everything. But now with, things are different. Like, we could leave our house and we walk and go to the creek and do all kind of stuff. Facts. But now kids can't really do that. You got to keep an eye on them. You got to keep them close to you. So kind of like the residual effect was, I can put them on these games. They could explore and do all these different things through roadblocks and stuff. Now they can create. They can do a lot of stuff. And then we have structured outside activities where they might be in sports, or they might, we might horseback riding to, dance or something that they're leaving the house to do. But then even when they leave the house, in the car ride, they got devices. Right. So we didn't have that. We were looking out the window. I remember at nighttime, I would imagine that I was in the car and we were on one side of the highway or the street, and we were like a squadron of like X-Wing fighters or something from Star Wars, and I'd be shooting against the lights coming back my way. So I'd be doing that in my head, because I ain't had nothing else to do. Wow. I ain't have a device. You know what I'm saying? I had to figure out something out, or if it was a long ride, I was asleep. Yeah. And I was dreaming. So, but let's let everybody.
Happy Founders Day, man.
Oh, appreciate. Okay.
Happy Founders Day, man. I see what you got going on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got to do what I got to do. November 11, 19. November 17, 1911.
Go ahead and hit that dog.
Hey, I told her we gonna do it. I'm gonna set it out. Triple SO. I'm gonna set it out at the end. At the end, we're gonna take care of business first, because we work hard, then we play hard. So I'm gonna take care of it. We're gonna hit it up. But how can everybody follow you and get up on what you got going on?
Man, you can follow me on all social platforms, King Pop Design. You can follow me.
I'm doing that right now. Y'all better do it too. King Pop Design.
Via my website, kingpopart.com, popcultureclothing.com, or you can just pull up on me in Atlanta, Little 5 Points, 1130 Euclid Ave at my shop or whatever. And I'm a
Little 5 Points. Okay,
yeah, man, I'm a Little 5. So, tap in with me. You know what I mean? Like DM me. You know what I mean?
Of course I'm always on Instagram, and now I'm actually playing something I was watching. But I'm making sure that I see y'all. I'm a person of my word. When I have my guests on here, I want to make sure I'm following them. and everything. So here we go. King Pop Design.
Yep.
King, P-O-P. And there it is. Got some good SEO going on.
Little something going on.
Hey, this boy, number one thing to pop up. That's how you do it. Got you. Well, you got your follow. Man, it was great. It was a great time, man. We definitely gonna have to connect. Like I said, I think your story and what you're doing is what a lot of our young people need to see. Because I know a lot of young artists, a lot of young creative young folks that they just need that extra push. And for my parents, as I'm educating them on what we do with our students, the number one thing that sets us apart from any other kind of online learning or little after school program they can go to, we intentionally make sure that we take our young people and we match them with industry professionals and they let them hear from industry professionals, especially ones that look like them, so they could go to the next level. You're not going to get that from a lot of other programs. And so we got you on the list. I'm going to reach out now.
I look forward to it.
We're going to, and I know you like education on the education side. So we're going to hook up because, I'm always thinking about what we can do better and what we can add to our offerings that we have for young folks with what we're creating. So, man, keep going down that NFT road because I'm going to be tapping you to let me figure out how that goes. And we put it out there. Like I said, I know, Najee over here, man. Shoot, we can have a little gallery walk on some work and let them see. And I would love to have some of my young people create some under your line, under your brand. And then we put out, that's how we do. And we build it up. So, man, that's what's up, man. Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you too, man.
Thanks for having me. Hey, man, thanks for coming, being a part of the GameFi podcast where we talk everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and film. All right, and so we're going to transition a little bit. So you go ahead and do what you got to do, man. Be safe.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, while we transitioning, we just going to keep it rolling. We're going to make it. Y'all want me to stop right here? We'll edit this. We just keep it going. All right, we just keep it going. That's how we're going to do it. Here we go. We transition on over to the esports. Hey. Yeah. Welcome to the GameFi podcast. We talk everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and film. We're transitioning over into our esports segment. We're gonna let this band, our marching band, ride out. We're gonna hear everything. If you can just see, so like music conjures ideas. Y'all ought to see like the band marching. I see the drum majors doing this thing. I see the percussion section making it happen, cymbals spinning. I see the ladies walking, the dance line doing they stand routines, they 8 counts as they're going through everything. I mean, that's what y'all should be seeing. And that's what we want to bring to you here on GameFi Podcast. And as we're flowing into the esports segment, I just want to again let you all know that our spring cohort and our season 3 of the Youth Esports League is coming up. And we're opening up to everybody. And that starts in January, goes through January to the end of the school year into our finals, conference finals, and then our Youth Esports League, second annual Youth Esports League National Championship and Conference that will take place here in Atlanta at the Atlanta Metropolitan State College on their campus where we would have our championship. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for being part. That was an awesome segment. We just had our art segment, and just to let you know again, we are about making sure that you are learning about the industry and the possibilities and the career pathways. Not a lot of people are thinking about art in that way. They're thinking it's something that they can't get into, can't do, or can't be a part of. But again, you don't have to be, like I said on my game design, you don't have to be techie. If you're on the art side, you don't have to be artsy fartsy, as I like to say, really, really good at drawing and things like that. But if you have the ideas and can effectively articulate and communicate those ideas, then you can get with somebody, partner with somebody to help you to take your idea to the next level. So there's all opportunities, especially in the creative space. We want to make sure in this age, this digital age, that we are taking advantage of that in our community as well. He also hit on a great point. Today is Founders Day for the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. November 17th, 1911. So this is 110 years that my beloved fraternity has been in existence. I love Omega. I love my line brothers. I am 2004. I'm the ace off the line at Phi Iota chapter in Phoenix, Arizona, 12th district. Here in Atlanta, we're in the 7th district, and I'm a part of the Tall chapter graduate chapter here. And so it's cool to see a lot of different things that are happening, especially with what we're pushing. You know, you heard my marching band going through, and with our esports and everything that we're doing, we want to make sure we have that HBCU flair and kick to what we're doing. And so, you know, fraternities and sororities are definitely a part of that. And we're going to make sure that we are pushing that, and you get a chance to see that as well. Esports. So also coming up in February, we're going to have our minority serving institution esports classic and conference. So this again is going to be where we showcase a lot of these bands and fraternities and sororities, and just having the young people come around, and they're going to be playing their tournaments, industry office hours to vie for internships and employment opportunities to folks in the industry. A lot of our partners, they're going to be doing a lot of cool things, and so we want to make sure we give everybody the opportunity. And it's focused on college level students, but it's also going to be open up to K through 12, and for parents to get more information as well. They're going to have that opportunity. So from that, you know, the ability to, William talked about it. He talked about it. Used to be, we just used to play with our neighborhood folks. They would come over to somebody's house and we'd play. But now you can play the people down the street in their house, in my house, or the people across the city, in a different state, in a different country, all over the world. So the way that things have happened, I always go back to one of my first introductions into esports. Popular esports now, what it looks like today, was on Real Sports with Brian Gumble, and he was talking about, you know, esports competitions. This particular one was a cutscene to the Staples Arena in LA, and it was sold out, and they were watching a couple of competitors going for thousands of dollars in an esports tournament. I can't remember the game, but it was just amazing to see how many people were coming out, and that, you know, everything that happens in esports is the same thing that happens in any other sport, NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL, soccer, all of those things that happen there. Are the same things that exist in esports. And what's also interesting is that on the esports realm, that the viewership, when it comes to esports, it exceeds all of those combined. So that's where a lot of the corporate dollars are going. That's where a lot of the opportunity is, especially on the advertising. If you think about TV deals and all those different things, you know, Twitches, your YouTube, your Facebook gaming, you know, a lot of people are trying to figure out, how do I really corner the market on that? And then you have your independent folks that are bringing groups together, like your Fortnites, your League of Legends, and they're, you know they have people coming to what they do. So, you know, a platform is very important. And so as technology gets more and more advanced, you are going to see a lot more opportunities there, especially on the VR AR side. I'm seeing a lot of that is going to happen. I wonder if it's ever going to get like, what's that name of that movie with the robot boxers? What's the name of it? Oh my, Real Steel. You know, where you wear your headset, you wear all your stuff, and when you move, the machine moves. And it was actually, you know what I mean, it was cool. So again, you know what? Like I said, they got that TV show with the singers, and it's like, no, not the Masked Singer. We talked about this other day. I was supposed to figure this out. It's a TV show where they have the motion capture, and there's like alter ego. That's what it's called, alter ego. The person is behind the screen, they behind the curtain, and what the judges are watching is their alter ego, and it's a video game avatar of them singing. So it's augmented reality right there. So you're watching them perform, and the people at home are watching them perform as if that's the performer. Now, I don't know what it exactly looks in the studio. I'm pretty sure they're looking at a screen in the studio of those people, but they also have dancers that dance along with them. And I think they're real live folks that are dancing while that person's out there. So, it's crazy. You think you go back to Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was one of those first augmented reality popular games that was out there and mobile. I mean, to the point where people were walking out in the street getting hit by cars trying to catch Pokemon. And then people would turn their businesses or their buildings into like they put the Pokemon treats out there or whatever it was to attract the Pokemon, and then people would run there, and then you'd be at an ice cream shop. I don't know. I haven't looked at it lately, but I'm gonna take a look at it to see what's going on. I was playing it for a while. I was enjoying it, man, and I'd have like somebody in my car, and I'd be like, "Oh, get him!" And I gotta get him. And he riding in the seat with me, right next to me, so it was fun. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I played it long enough to find a rare type, but I got pretty heavy into it. Well, one of the reasons why, because my students were. And so, to connect with them, I wanted to, play it and we do it in the classroom every now and then if we'd have somebody in there. That would be cool. We do that. That was fun. Or we go outside on the playground or on the field, and then we see what we would see around there. So they would do. But I know like sporting arenas like Mercedes-Benz, they would, put out the perfume. I forget what it's called, but they put it out. It's like Pokemon potpourri or something, like catnip for Pokemon. I won't say Pokemon, but Pokemon. And you would go there. Why are you laughing? Come on. I'm not. It's early. Usually we do this like late afternoon, and we also do it on the weekends. So I'm trying to make it do what it do. But that's why I see esports going. It used to be a show on Nickelodeon where they would play in a video game. They would put on I don't know, I forgot what it was called, but Nickelodeon used to have a show that had little kids, and they would play. You would have to duck, and you duck in a real video game. You have to go through the stuff. So that was good. I thought things were gonna keep going in that direction, but I guess technology needed to catch up. It probably. Oh, metaverse? Oh, yeah. And see, that's what I'm getting into. So, yeah, it is. It's like metaverse is Sims. Like it's been around for a while, but I think, because people like your Mark Zuckerbergs, they talk about it. And they talking about it in Congress and stuff like that. It puts it on a different level, not like it hasn't already been out there. People have been in the metaverse. People have been on Roblox and your other one. What's the other one besides Roblox? Minecraft. They've been in there creating, and they've been selling stuff. They've been on Sims doing the same thing, creating stuff and selling stuff through it. They've been on Fortnite, selling Fortnite skins, making skins, selling skins. So, people have been doing that, and then the new disc just came out, and they go out there and they buy it, and just so they can have on their avatar in their metaverse, and you can be whatever you want to be. So you got men being women, women being men, kids being adults, or being kids, or being elves, or being whatever they want to be, right? Because you can do that in the metaverse. The movie Ready Player One, that was a real good way of looking at it as well. They were out there, and the whole movie they were basically on the line, as they would say in interns. Oh yeah, yeah. It does that. It does that because we are already doing that. There are virtual conferences that are happening right now. People go, they can go up to a table, they can buy a product, and it can either be a product that's real that gets sent to you, or it's a product that lives in your environment. So you can do that. Chemical come from behind. She want to get in on this one. Yeah. She want to get in on this one.
No, okay, so.
And now, so you gonna sit down. You gonna have to stay here for the next. You gotta stay here for the next one too. Yeah, you gotta stay on film too.
Oh, snap.
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, before we're gonna give her the proper introduction that she deserves, we're gonna go ahead and transition on over to our film segment, and we're gonna get into this. Oh, that's not our film segment, but that's fun though. That was a lot of fun. That's not. But here we go for real, film segment. Here it is. You've heard this before, haven't you?
Yeah.
You think so? She's like, yeah, sure. GameFi podcast, everybody. I'm your boy, Coach E, aka Crane Violet. Man, we should have figured out what your Wu-Tang name was. We should have got one for you. Don't worry, we're gonna get one out.
I had one for me.
Oh, you got one for you? Oh. So this Chemical, with
my name was.
What was it?
There's so much.
Let me see. Scratch Bold. All right, Crane Violet, Scratch Bold in the house. Our Wu-Tang names. We'll ever go. I think that's gonna be something we do for everybody. I'm gonna talk to Kenjo and be like, look, we need all our guests. What you?
It's called WuTangClan.net.
Oh, WuTangClan.net. Jay Black about to get on there. We're gonna find out what his is.
Yeah, we definitely need
What's the name of it again?
WuTangClan.net.
WuTangClan.net to get your Wu-Tang name. Get y'all Wu-Tang name and get on our Instagram and let us know. Podcast everything, GameFi podcast everything. Let us know what your Wu-Tang name is. That'll be cool. So I'll give you a shout out. You send us your Wu-Tang name, I'll give you a shout out on the line, as I like to say. But we were getting into Metaverse. Go for it. Wait, who are you?
I'm Kimiko.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody knows me.
Everybody got to introduce you. We might have some new folks that might not actually know you.
Well, hello. My name is Kimiko, and I am founder of Atlanta Gamer Life. I've been rocking with Pharaoh's Conclave since 2018.
Was it 2018 for real?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, man.
We never even talked about us and our adventures together.
Oh man, that's a whole nother episode.
But it's a whole nother movie. We should put it as a movie.
I don't have a problem. Hey, I've been meeting some folks that are doing content that want to do movies and TV shows and stuff like that. We can definitely do it, man. I mean, everything we've been doing has been just.
I mean, what have we done together? Like really, really
everything.
Yes, but I mean, from Pharaoh's Conclave, PCX now, Level Up Academy. What have we've done some dream hacking together. We've done some VS rounds.
We've done some momos.
And rest in peace. I hope you guys come back because I miss you guys.
Well, they are there. They're out there, and I think they're going to be able to come back digitally. In a way, I'm working on some stuff, and I'm definitely going to be including them in on the things we're working on. So I don't forget my people. That was one of the first people that we met that had their own esports arena here in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was Black owned. And so that was the first place where we did our competitions at. We put them, but COVID, but that's okay. That just means we have to evolve and we have to adapt and we have to overcome. So that's what we're gonna do. Shouts out to Chris and Val, man. Y'all, we got it.
Shouts out to all the brick and mortar esports gaming companies that are still rocking and building the culture. Man. Like right now. Walter, Gamer Experience, Locked On You, Greg out at in Gwinnett, 404 Esports. 4 is the letter 04. So if you look them up, it's not 4. It's not 404 like the number. It's the number 4, the letter O, the number 4 Esports. That's how you find them. And that's really a big culture thing. I mean, if someone wanted to get really immersed into the FGC, definitely check them out. They're on a whole nother level. And then also in Middle Georgia, Reboot. Yeah, Sir Retro.
You know what? I need to contact them. I was actually on a call with Georgia WorkSource, Middle Georgia, and we were talking about bringing our apprenticeship program to Middle Georgia, and they wanted to know, well, where would our young people, if they got these certifications in game design and in the esports, where could they go to work? What companies exist in the Middle Georgia area that are about that? So I need to connect with him just so I can make sure that I do that, figure that out, and bring him in on what we're doing when we're training those students, because there could be interns for his company, so he ain't got to find that.
Yeah, he works. I mean, he does like tournaments out of a actual arcade bar.
Nice.
That's the Reboot Retro Game.
Oh, retro game. See, we gotta get, because I want to bring back some good old retro gaming, man. That's always been a passion of mine. I've always had that.
And you know what's crazy? I did an amazing interview with them because I was like, oh, I want to talk to them. And so the owners came out and everything, and that's when I accidentally cleared the cache on my DJI, and everything was gone.
Wait a minute. What?
Remember that time I accidentally deleted all the videos, and I was like crying, telling Chiquita, "Oh my God, I lost all that content."
It's all good. It's all good. That's why we build
How
more.
many of you filmmakers ever had that issue or ever had that experience where you documented all this stuff and all of a sudden it gets erased, or your hard drive goes bad, or something happens?
Yeah, and even your backup crashed.
Or you can't get it off the cloud because it's corrupted. Oh my gosh! That's
a hard thing right there. That's horrible. When that happens, it's like, where do we go from here?
Speaking of where we go from here, let's circle back to that metaverse.
So
to me, my idea of what they're doing is almost bringing Second Life to, reality, because you ever played Second Life before?
I've never played it. I know about it.
I'm not going to tell you about my first experience there.
This is a family show.
But in Second Life, it's a sandbox. It's not a video game, but it became like a cultural thing because what they did was they had jobs and economy. They had basically a whole ecosystem where you can make money making, things, digital items, whether it be like clothing, textures, or objects like cars. You can sell them digitally and you can actually get money back from them, but it's no cryptocurrency thing. This is
it's actual regular commerce.
I think I encountered them maybe somewhere around 2008ish or beyond. And that was when I encountered Second Life and IMVU. And I used to actually monetize IMVU.
Wow.
Yeah. And so you just go in this world and you're not really playing a game, but you're socializing. And that's what made it kind of like really cool. And the fact that you can, sell like items, clothing, textures, and then get money back out through, there was, I don't know, some kind of weird stock market thing. And you can just,
it's like you just get to make up what you want to turn into a commodity, and then you sell it, and then you do what you do. I mean, look, all it is you got to put something out there, people buy it, and you do what you need to do. You want to do it. I mean, the stock market is about futures anyway. It's never really about something actually doing something. It's more about, it's always betting on the future of something. So you're not doing the actual thing. You're buying and selling, these, I'm not gonna say made up, but these created commodities, and some that are backed by something that is literal and tangible. But some of these are just services that get backed as well. So I mean,
that's true.
a metaverse is, that is, I think it's just the rebranding of what's actually already kind of out there. Because we are on digital, we go into meetings in these Zooms, we're making these deals, we're doing this, we're presenting, we're pitching to all these people. I mean, that's not real. We're digital. So you're just doing other things digitally.
I mean, it's intangible. Yeah. But at the same time, it's something that people can take with them in a sense.
Yeah.
So like, I do agree with you with that. And I say that the reason why people are going to push more towards metaverse is because of the familiarity. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Because there's so many new things. You got how many new crypto wallets, how many new companies coming out with all kinds of, digital this, digital that. You don't know where to trust. So now people are going to be in a place where, a big community that has some type of checks and balances, hopefully.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully, it will be decentralized, and just like what cryptocurrency is doing. But we do know and understand, no matter what is created, you know, there's going to be those out there who take advantage of it. So you still have to. So cybersecurity in that aspect is going to be something huge as well. You got to be very, very careful with that as well. You don't want to just get on and you have young people doing stuff, and then, you know, people. I mean, you know, people are going to take advantage of people when they can take advantage of people. So you just got to be careful. Even when that comes out, and when they're talking about our films. You seen any good movies lately? We are in the film segment.
I actually wanted to go into the film section and kind of segue into sci-fi movies that now seem like will become real in the future. So what sci-fi movies do you guys think that that was just like cool back in the day, and you're like, wow, this is really coming to life?
Shoot, all of them, everything. I don't know. Back to the Future, I guess, is kind of a sci-fi movie, but everything Back to the Future is pretty much here. You remember that episode with? No, that's just action. Mission. You talking about Mission Impossible?
Yeah, Mission Impossible can be. I mean, what movie period did you think is going to be
that had something? Yeah,
that had some kind of technology that you felt like is actually in existence?
Everything now, Star Wars, because
Matrix.
You know, Matrix. So
do you think people will be batteries? You really think we're going to one day be like virtual?
Well,
batteries?
what was that? What was it? Black Mirror? Isn't that the TV show? No, yeah. But they had a show. One of the series showed how the way people was working off their debt was they were on treadmills all day, and the treadmills were creating the energy.
Very first one.
It might have been, but people being batteries, people creating energy. There you go.
I mean, we do have an energy crisis, so why else? You know,
I'm saying.
But what about Ender's Game?
Ender's Game, yeah, I love Ender's Game, that's that metaverse. That's that kind of that metaverse thing, because they were playing games. You know, they were doing a simulation, and in their minds it was a simulation, but it was an actual war. They were actually doing the fight and the battle at the end, and so you didn't know, and so they were like, we're gonna win, but it actually had consequences. But I thought what was interesting about it was that they weren't really flying drones. Those were people on those ships and carriers. And so when they were sacrificing those ships or whatever to win, it was actual people dying.
That's true.
Because the Harrison Ford character was like, you know, we sacrificed, a lot of men and women died, you know,
but they didn't want to tell the kids that, because the kids were using it as a simulation strategy. But
they didn't want them to be like, oh, if it's real. Because if they had known it was real life, they probably wouldn't carry through with what they were doing. And stuff. It was cool to see how that alien species got into the game that he was playing, and to kind of show him, like, you know, we aren't a bad people. You know, we aren't an invasive species. You know, get to know us. And so, you know, through the metaverse, that may be a way that we get to know each other, different cultures, different communities. You get a chance to, you know, be us. And there's a game like that where you get to the Civil Rights Museum. I don't know if it's the one here or in DC. Both of them have like launch counter experiences at both of them, but you get a chance to sit there and kind of, at least from a sensory perspective, hear it and feel it and stuff like that. So, but I mean, you know, but that's a part. That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
But that's it. I mean, they started to kind of mess with it and put the cameras during the game so that people could kind of really have the perspective of the experience. And they have the cameras in the arena such that you get a chance to kind of see what the field vision looks like with them. I think that's pretty cool. I think if you can get in there and you get to see it, because sometimes, you know, when you walk in people's shoes is when you get a chance to figure out, okay, how hard or easy or difficult or challenging a situation may be. Sci-fi movies. Let's see. I mean, like I said, everything Star Trek, we got that touchscreen, this, that, and the other, video calling, this and the Spaceballs. You know, they had the video calling. they had that thing, and it was showing up in the bathroom. They had the thing in the bathroom. Now, you can't take video calls, but bathrooms now have TVs in them. And you watch stuff in the
take video calls in the bathroom.
I mean, no, you can, but I'm saying
technology is there. We have the technology.
You probably are going to do it, but usually, that's real private. Now, if you want to do it at your home and people used to seeing you in there, it's whatever. But I mean, look, when we do these Zooms from wherever we want, we put ourselves, we do the digital backgrounds, and so you're where you need to be. So the holodeck. So from Star Trek again, you go in and you're in this virtual reality experience and you're actually walking through it and you're doing the things. Now the holodeck was that next level of it because they were like literally there. You know what I'm saying? But you couldn't get hurt, this, that, and the other until it was that one episode though where they corrupted it and the holodeck was actually killing people. Again, what's meant for good, sometimes people will, turn around and do something else. I'm trying to say, what other sci-fi movies? What was one?
What other like pieces of technology from a sci-fi movie as well?
I would, I would love, I don't know how this would work, but if we ever get to the point where we actually do time travel, that's always an interesting thing. Tomorrow War, I think that's the name of that movie. That was interesting from there. But what was the name of the movie where they had the ships? They didn't live on Earth. They lived up here. It was like in Africa almost. It was your boy. Oh my gosh, from Boston. Not. Oh my God. No, not. It was the other guy. Oh my goodness, he played Jason Bourne. He played in the movie where he had an exosuit or whatever, but it was like a caste system where you had people living on like a space station, and they had these doctor machines. It was like a hospital. They could tell you what was wrong with you, and those machines could actually cure you of whatever ailed you. The technology was there, but the people who were on Earth couldn't get access to it. Although they had enough of those medical machines that they could have cured everybody on Earth. I can't think of that. It had Jason. Oh my God, what's the actor's name that played Jason Bourne? Not Ben Affleck, his dude.
His dude. What do you mean Ben Affleck?
It's like two of them. It's Ben Affleck and the other guy. Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me. I'm usually good at these. Oh my gosh. But anyway, that was one. It was the medical stuff. But then we have the replicators. That's here now. We got 3D printers.
That's true.
We got 3D printers.
But they don't have food replicators yet.
They've been trying. They've been trying.
Food replicators. Oh yeah. Isn't it like end time?
Yeah. It is, but on Total Recall, they had the phone in your hand, and that exists now, don't it? I don't know about the implant part, but at least they can project like the keyboard on the table, and you can use laser projection.
Oh, have you seen these laser projectors? They are so cool. That's AR, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you see this, right? Yep. Oh yeah, that was in a bunch of movies. That was in a bunch of like military type movies. You put on just the glasses and you see everything, but you still seeing regular stuff too. So, and then also inside of the cars, so they project stuff inside of cars now on car windshields while you're driving. That was in the movie. That was technology. Okay. And then you got the self-driving cars. Flying cars actually, they just don't put that technology exists because the skateboards, the hoverboards that they had, those were actual hoverboards that you could have, not the rolling things. I mean, literally flying, but they thought people would kill themselves. So Mattel never actually put them out, but they actually did make those. Oh, wow. So I mean, it's there. It's there. You really got to look to the military because they use a lot of that technology before it comes to public consumption. So, I don't know how deep down that rabbit hole you want to go. But space travel.
Sci-fi movies.
Any space travel movie is kind of coming to fruition. I want us to live on, multiple people living on space stations and then going to Mars and all that stuff. Yeah.
It's crazy. Oh yeah?
We can do it.
I was writing a novel. About space It eventually transcends to space, but I'll tell you more about it as it comes to fruition.
Okay.
I need to copyright that mug first.
Oh, hey, do your thing. Don't put too much of your ideas out there. There's some people out there that take it and run with it. So we want to break stuff. We don't want to give stuff away. We want to break it when it comes out. So
okay, speaking of taking it and running with it, what movies are you guys excited to come out for this holiday? What's it called?
Eternals. Yeah, that's a Marvel. That's the next.
How was it?
It's a Marvel movie. I want to. I haven't seen it
3
yet.
hours now.
Nah, 2.5 is almost a standard.
Yeah.
I mean, oh yeah, 2 credit scenes. And it's like they just gonna keep you in there for 5 hours. Ben, what is his name? I almost said it. Ben Affleck is the it's Jason Bourne. Who played Jason Bourne? Go look that up real quick so I can find out what the name of this movie is. We're gonna do this before we get off of here, y'all. I'm gonna tell you this movie because I want y'all should see the movie and see what happened. What I'm talking about these medical. Matt Damon, thank you. Matt Damon was in this movie. Now put in Matt Damon sci-fi movie. Matt Damon sci-fi movie. No, it's not Marshall. Matt Damon sci-fi movie. Where are you? I'm trying to find my Google so I can figure this thing out. No, actually, he was in that one. That was a pretty good one, but it's not Interstellar. Oh, Matt. What are you doing? Matt. If somebody out there, y'all put it in my
I'm
Instagram.
like so blank on that when it comes to movies.
Matt Damon. Sci-fi. Matt Damon sci-fi movie. Let's see what comes up. Okay, so he did The Martian. He did Elysium. I think that is it. Elysium. That was it. Elysium. Yep, came up. Yep, Elysium. And then, did he also do Chappie? I didn't know he did Chappie. But of course he did Interstellar.
Chappie. I think Chappie was definitely going to come into fruition though.
Yeah, where we have the robots.
Yeah,
that can do their thing.
And then eventually an AI that's gonna adapt and be like, oh yeah, that movie AI was so scary. That was the scariest movie.
What movie?
With Will Smith, AI.
That wasn't scary.
It was.
Was it really?
It's the teddy bear that still kept the DNA that scared me.
Oh man!
You could just put someone back to life for a few hot seconds and bring them out.
I ain't that wrong. That was pretty good. But then they had the little extraterrestrial twist. They came back with AI. Wait, Will Smith wasn't in AI.
Oh, was he not? Oh, my bad.
Nah. He was an iRobot.
Oh,
His
yeah.
was iRobot, which is something that's coming to AI had a little kid.
Yes, that's the one
that
I'm talking about.
The kid from I See Dead People. that little kid, he was the
AI movie. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
So, I mean, but again, having those androids coming out, you have your Battlestar Galactica, you have your what do they call them? I want to say Simbots, but it's not what they're actually called. But I mean, you have those really, really, really lifelike robots that are out there. I want to say androids, but what do they call those? What do you call the robots that are real lifelike? People are like, no, we doing bad. I think it's time to go, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for being a part of GameFi Podcast. We talk everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and film. Again, shouts out to the brothers on Make Sci-Fi Fraternity Incorporated on our Founders Day. I'm going to have to set it out. I've already said it. Towards the end of it, we're going to play Atomic Dog, and we're going to do it. And I'm just going to post that on the IG separately for y'all to see. So make sure y'all following us on everything, social media, on IG, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all those things. GameFi Podcast, GameFi Podcast on everything podcast, everything social. All right, awesome. Well, got my wing person. I was gonna say my wing man, but my wing person, Chemical, over here. Chemical, what was it? It was
Scratch Bowl.
Scratch Bowl.
Oh,
wait.
See what your name is.
Oh, Jay Black got his. Jay Black got his.
Got it.
All right. Wanderer Common. Okay. Lion Deafening. Lion Deafening. Okay.
I like Lion Deafening.
Hey, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
This is Lion Deafening.
Well, hey, here we go, y'all. Let's get on up out of here. There are the sirens. We're getting out of here. This was another fun episode. The last couple episodes have been seriously fun. Thanks for checking out GameFi podcast with your boy Coach E. We got Chemical, Crane Violet, Scratch Bowl. We got Lion Deafening back there on the ones and twos. Jay Black helping to produce this awesome show. Thank y'all for sharing. Thank y'all for watching, listening, being a part. Stay on this journey with us. Keep riding with us. We're having a lot of fun, as y'all can see. We would love to have you all be a part. So if you want to come join the studio audience, hit us up on IG, GameFi Podcast, everything on social, and we'll invite you out. Want to definitely start giving you all shots out as well, and doing the thing, enjoying my PlayStation mug from Five Below. So if you're looking for some awesome gift ideas, you can do that, or you can go on to www.pcxnow.com and give your young person opportunity to be in our spring cohort for all of our education. Peace, 2 fingers, 8 time down. Y'all have fun. We out of here.